Awesome. Coach, if you want to get started, we'll take questions.
Yeah, day four. Good physical practices the past 2 days in shoulder pads. I've been impressed with the way our guys are practicing. From a how to practice standpoint, staying up, not creating big piles, yet still being physical. Both sides of the ball, getting really good work. So been pleased with the way camp is going. Tomorrow will be our first off day, and then we'll go 6 straight. So we'll really get strained. Been great with the heat. Obviously, the heat provides a whole nother set of adversity, and been pleased with the way most of our guys, have handled it with hydration and making sure they're available. And with that, I'll open up for questions.
Eli, you guys added a lot of defensive linemen in the offseason. Did you feel like there was a need, not just for numbers, but experienced guys that could maybe play right? They're a little more developed when you got the transfers.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing we wanted to do is create competition. That was a position that was very senior heavy, senior laden, and we've had some injuries at that position too. So we knew we needed to improve at the line of scrimmage, specifically to stop the run. And felt like we needed to do that. And really, even though it was senior laden last year, we didn't have a whole lot of depth. And so, we went heavy at that position, and some guys have really developed. Daniel Robledo, to his credit, has really developed and pushed himself really hard. And the transfers have come in and done exactly what we wanted, which is fight for playing time.
I know you've seen him go through 4 practices, but Marquise Graciela comes in with size that you don't see a lot out of a high school kid at that position. Is he a kid that you have realistic hopes could help early?
I think it's way too early to tell. I think the way we practice and the structure and the demands that we practice, we probably we've at least tripled the output that he's expected on a daily basis at a practice, and so it's going to take him and Jalen and all the freshmen really some time to get adjusted to how much we ask of them on a daily basis, how hard we ask them to go, what the amount of exertion is every day, and then on top of that, they got to learn what to do. And so, I think the closer you get to the ball, the harder it is to play early in this league. Not to say that they won't, not to say that they can't. I want both of them to, because they have the size and the height that we need. But I don't want to put too much expectation on them early. I want them to develop to the best version of themselves, so we'll see.
Looked like Tollison was getting a lot of snaps today, a lot of reps at centre. Just wondering, you're replacing someone with heaps of experience at centre, and like my head, guy Tollison, a redshirt freshman. What have you seen in him that you think could make him a potential replacement in that position?
Yeah, y'all are welcome for giving y'all some extra time out there today. Yeah, Connor's doing what we asked him to do. He's really been embracing the competition. He started it in the spring, and this summer's really dove into the playbook. He's very athletic. We knew that going in, and he's very intelligent. So he's got an opportunity, but he's going to be pushed by both Drake and Richard, and it's a wide open competition.
How much does it help a guy like him having some experience just around it on the offensive line?
Yeah, I think that provides security. Those guys can give him information so he can help make the calls. But, he's done a really good job of leading that group as far as in the calls and knowing it. You build trust and respect with your teammates when you know what to do, and he's been able to prove that.
Coach Martez Manuel said earlier this week that he took a step back some of the time this offseason from a leadership position just to see who else would step up and reference guys like Darius Robinson and Jeff Cook. What have you seen with kind of how the leadership on that side of the ball has changed or improved?
I think we've worked really hard as a team to improve our leadership overall, and everybody can lead in their own certain way. And I think whether it's been intentional with some programming we've done, but I think all those guys, whether it be Isaiah McGuire, Chad Bailey, Devin Nicholson, Martez, JC, all of those guys that have had multiple years experience have all done a nice job of making sure that people are here and leading in their own way.
And right tackle kind of working without Hiram for a little while, and those Zeke's there,
Yeah.
and Armand's there. Those kind of the two guys that you're looking at early. Are you comfortable with that position?
Yeah, I feel really good about the competition. Obviously, Zeke started a bunch of games at left tackle his junior year and flipped over and right, and really has had a productive summer. And yeah, I feel really good about that competition. And when Hiron gets back, adding him back in the mix. So yeah, it'd be good.
Coach, on Monday, Chance Luper talked about how the receiver group is 3-4 deep and there's only one ball to spread it out. How do you as a play caller kind of distribute when you have so many talented wide receivers in the roster?
I'm just trying to figure out who's going to throw it to him first, and we'll figure all that other stuff out later.
Anything else for Coach?
Eli, Blake,
Sounds like we got more. Yeah.
Blake Baker, his other stops where he was a coordinator, he's made the point that he had a lot of success in year one, so vast improvement.
Come on in, DJ.
Yeah, just sit in front, sir.
Okay.
And from what you've seen of how he works, do you think that's his coaching style, just his teaching style, maybe just his system, user-friendly, or if there's any explanation for that?
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't there
Right.
in those situations, and every situation is different. And so, I really don't put a lot of into that other than we need it to improve this year. So put the pressure on him there.
Appeared to be without Nate Pete at practice today. Is that right? What's the situation?
Yeah, Nate was out. Nothing, was just hydrating. So should be back. Tomorrow's off day. I figure we'll have him back Saturday. So nothing to report. All right. Thanks, y'all.
Hold on a second.
All right, guys, questions for DJ?
DJ, can you just kind of assess where you're at comfort-wise and skill-wise coming into this camp versus where you might have been a year ago?
I feel like I'm coming in progressing every day with the help of all the coaches. Just feeling like one step each day and making our team better, improving my role.
How much, if you look back at last August, was just kind of, overwhelming that first week, kind of trying to figure everything out and adjust to the college game?
I feel like even though the college game speed has improved and it's gotten faster, I feel like I have came a long way from how I was last year, and I feel like this year will be way better.
So things feel like you've specifically improved on year one, year two?
I feel like I can improve in everything, any day. Feeling like everything my coach is giving me is making me better. So,
What did you learn from that opportunity to get out there and get some experience as a true freshman?
I really just learned the pace of the game, what I need to work on, and things of that sort. Really, just learning the defense, moving faster, and learning my keys.
Did you, I saw you taking some reps with Mookie Cooper today. Just I'm wondering what's like practicing with someone like him at that talent level, and what are you seeing from him now that he's kind of rebounded from injury?
I feel like all of our receivers have multiple different skill sets. I feel like going against each and every receiver every day will better me off and improve my talent level, no matter who it is.
DJ, after losing a couple guys last year from the secondary, what's been the mindset, this offseason for this DB room as we move into fall camp, with replacing some guys that have moved people around?
I feel all of our DBs have the potential to start, potential to play. We had some guys came in. We're all ready to play. Just improving. Just got to get better.
Obviously, Ennis Rakestraw coming back from an injury last year. I'm curious. We've heard a lot about the leadership he still had, even though he wasn't on the field with you guys. What was it like to kind of see that journey from him, and what do you feel like you learned from that?
As we're from the same area, like he has played a big part to me getting here and me playing, and he's always like, even when he was out, he was always encouraging me and trying to make me better. each and every day.
Anything else?
All right, thanks, CJ.
We've got Connor Tollison at the podium. Everyone good in the back? Awesome, we'll take questions for Connor.
Connor, I know you've worked some at center last year, but was it something you had done at all before you got here, or was that something they threw at you pretty early?
I snapped a little bit in high school, just, trying to be as good as I can, never know. But yeah, when I got here, fall camp rolled around, I got moved to center, so.
What are the big differences there versus working outside?
First snapping the ball, I'd say is probably the biggest one, and then just how close the game is. I mean, at tackle, you probably got 2-3 feet to your opponent. At center, it can be 6 inches to a foot, so.
What's it like having, the experience you guys have on the offensive line this year? You look at Xavier, you look at Connor. What is it like kind of working next to them and kind of getting that experience?
It makes my job a lot easier. I mean, at the end of the day, having guys that have a lot of starts. I mean, I'm the only one up there that doesn't have a start, so it makes my job a lot easier. And at the end of the day, I'm thankful. So.
What's the confidence level? Obviously, coming back another year, is it a bit more comfortable for you?
Oh yeah, I feel I have a better scheme on the offense, and then just being more comfortable around the guys. Honestly, that's really what's helped me, is just being with the guys every day and growing closer to them.
Can you take us through kind of the responsibilities as far as, the center's usually the guy that's got to call out?
Yeah, so just, making the mic ID and then pass protection, slides, and then, when things don't go how you thought they were, the X's and O's don't line up where you thought they were, you got to make changes, and that's my job, so that's what I do.
You've been handed a pretty good opportunity to get a start at centre. I'm just wondering how, while you're going through fall camp, how you're, keeping yourself present, keeping yourself involved.
Just trying to get better every day. Honestly, if I get better every day, then the team gets better, so I'm just trying to do my job.
Connor, this past offseason, having been through a full season, what were some of the bigger takeaways you took from last season that you maybe worked on this offseason?
Preparation, getting my body right. Preparation before. I don't think last year I maybe did enough outside, off the field as I needed to. I think that's what I've tried to do more this offseason, is get better in the weight room and then try and get my body right, because it's a physical game.
What are some of the things you learned last year from Mike, a guy who had been in college, I don't know, 6
A lot of things, honestly. I mean, I can't name everything, but, just working with a guy like that, there comes, a lot of knowledge that can be learned, The guy had 50-plus starts, and I don't have any, so I learned a lot.
Connor, you're a lot taller than Mike. Does that give you any advantage or disadvantage playing center when you're going to be low?
I don't really know, D-Rob's pretty tall too, so I mean, he's got to get low too, so at the end of the day, I just got to get lower than the other guy.
Coach Drink has really emphasized the competition. What can you say about just the competition that you guys have in your position group?
I honestly think we're all getting better, just with Drake and Rich, we're all working every day. Coach Drink talks every day. If we get better, the team gets better, so I think we're all getting better and improving, and that's all we can do.
Anything else for Connor? Be right back with X.
Thank you.
Xavier Delgado at the podium if you've got questions.
Xavier, just in the offseason, looking back to last year, especially with Coach Johnson, what was your guys' assessment of how you guys played up front, and what has to improve this year?
Definitely running the ball for sure. Establishing the run game is important in the SEC. If you want to win games in the SEC, you have to run the ball. And if they know if they know that you're going to run the ball, we got to be able to run the ball and make plays with it, no matter what. And that's one of the big emphasis that Coach Johnson made, was establishing the run game, because that's a big way to win games.
We were just talking to Connor, and what's it like trying to bring along a redshirt freshman at that position after you had Mike there, who had kind of seen everything last year?
Well, Connor's doing great so far. He's very intelligent. He's very football smart. He's really picking up on everything. He's done an outstanding job in camp so far. He's really exceeded my expectations, and I think he's going to do a really good job this year for us.
What can you say about the experience this year on the offensive line, like you and Connor? What do you guys hope to kind of maybe give to the younger guys like Connor or like Tollison?
it's kind of just showing them the way and just being the leaders for the younger guys. We have a lot more depth than we had since I've been here in my 5 years. It's just kind of showing them the right way to go about things, establishing good habits as an offensive line, and still just building that camaraderie with our younger guys as well and picking them up.
What's that competition been like through camp within your guys' group?
It's been good, you know. Iron sharpens iron. Got to bring your lunch pail to work every day. The competition is no one's ever safe. Johnson tells us that no job's safe. You got to work every day and establish like your role every day.
I've heard a lot of people say that Connor has that high, that natural football IQ. What's the value of that at that position, especially being so young at that position?
Especially with our offense, our center is pretty much like the quarterback of our O-line. Just calling out pressures and all that, calling out blitzes, like knowing what blitzes the defense is going to give to us. That's going to be a huge help for us in the SEC in order to basically just get an edge on our opponent.
Does it surprise you? I mean, somebody that's only been in college a year that has that level?
Ever since like he's been in meeting rooms, he's always been like locked in. He's always been like one to know like almost everything that Coach Johnson asked. And it's really good to see as a young guy being able to like take in all of that information and be able to apply it to the field. It's going to really help us for sure.
As you said, you've been around the program for years now. Is there anything you can point at as potentially different or unique about the team or the program entering this season compared to previous?
Definitely, I feel like the coaching staff does a great job of trying to build connections with the players, for sure. I feel like that's something that Coach Drink makes a big emphasis on. Building that team bonding and camaraderie is going to be important when times are tough for us. When we're down, we hit adversity, being able to come together and just be one group and one team.
Anything else for X? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.